I'm Steph. I'm a trained ICF coach and I work with adults who've had cancer. My story is that I was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma during my GCSEs. And as many people do, I found life after cancer quite difficult. So returning to normal, the expectation that life would be the same. And 11 years later, consultants explained that I should have frozen my eggs and that I might go into early menopause when I kind of got to 30. So I kind of realized that life after cancer went on for, a longer period of time. And I really wanted to create a space for anyone who'd had cancer to offer support and to help those people move forward. This space is for anyone who's had cancer, and today we're going to be setting some goals and really getting into the kind of the detail of it. So visioning what it feels like to accomplish that goal. You'll leave with some daily actions that you can start working on, and we will make plans to find you a great accountability buddy. So I'm going to have some music playing. If you don't like the sound of it, then feel free to mute me. And if you've got any questions about the coaching exercises, then please feel free to use the chat. There's some little sections in there where I will ask you to share maybe some of your goals or actions if you're comfortable to do that. And you can do that in person or you can do that in the chat box. And just so you know as well, so we've got quite a few exercises this evening to work through. And I use my phone just to kind of keep time so we can squeeze it all in. And hopefully some of the exercises will stick with you this evening. So just to begin with today, I'm going to give you 5 minutes to reflect on the last few months and just note down what you're grateful for. So this is just some time to note down what you're thankful for. Write down a daily affirmation. So that is a positive statement that you would like to believe and that can support yourself. So sometimes it's maybe something negative we think, and we want to tip it on its head and make it a positive one. So some examples could be, I'm confident, I'm full of energy, I'm strong. So I might use, I'm full of energy. If I feel really tired, I'm like, no, come on, believe that you're full of energy. And then having a little think about what would make today great. So I'm just going to give you 5 minutes. I'm going to put 5 minutes on my clock just so you can have a little think. So write these answers down either on a piece of paper or on your phone. Okay? If anyone's got any questions, feel free to ask me in the chat. Okay, so hopefully you all have a few ideas of what you're grateful for. You have a daily affirmation and you have an idea of what would make today great. So now I'd like you to have a little think about a goal that you would like to achieve in the next 3 months. So maybe you've come to the session with something in mind. Maybe you've had something on your mind for the past week or two. So really kind of, you might have a few going on in your head. Write them all down on a piece of paper and have a think about which one you want to prioritize during the workshop today. So I'm going to give you another 5 minutes just for you to note that down on a piece of paper. Because now I'd like you to really vision it. So let's pretend it's 3 months from now. You've already achieved your goal. I really want you to hold a mental picture of it as if it were occurring to you right at that moment. So imagine the scene as much detail as possible and engage as many of the 5 senses as you can in your visualization. Maybe you want to just sit with this and just imagine it. Maybe you want to write all the details down. So have a think about who you're with, which emotions you're feeling right now, what you're wearing. Is there a smell in the air? What do you hear? What's your environment? And what do you love about the situation? When you do this, just sit with a straight spine so you're feeling very confident. And just to remember, eliminate any doubt if it comes to you. So maybe you want to combine an affirmation that you wrote earlier. So maybe you want to feel courageous, you're strong, or borrow from Ali, I'm the greatest. So my situation here with the goal of just becoming a little bit healthy with my eating and making sure I'm outside is, I think I visualize myself sitting outside. It's very green, the air is really clean. I feel strong and I feel confident in myself because I know that if I'm getting out and I'm moving, then it really helps the way I feel. So I'm going to give you 5 minutes just to really visualize your goal and that you've already achieved it. So I'm going to give you a little bit of time now, just 5 minutes to really check in with yourself, okay? And this is because we can spend so much time, can't we, kind of setting goals, working out what we want, and then, it takes sometimes a lot of time to start working towards it. So I really want to make sure that the goal that you've got down, either on your piece of paper or in your head, you really want to achieve it. So this is your 5 minutes to ask yourself, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you want to achieve this goal? 10 being yes, absolutely, and 1 being not at all. And I just ask that you're completely honest here, okay? Because if you don't want to do it, then there's no point you investing energy in it. So write that number down on a piece of paper. Then ask yourself, is this number high enough for you? If it's not, change your goal. If it is, wonderful, okay? So I'm going to give you 5 minutes for you to just check in with yourself to make sure that's what you want. If you don't, write down a new goal, okay? So now I'd like you to, here we go, take your goal and, sorry, it's not a very nice coaching exercise name, chunking. So it's called chunking. We're going to chunk our goal down into daily actions. So I want you to take your goal and chunk it down to tiny actions. So I'd like you to find small actions that you can complete daily. And then again, I want you to check in with yourself. Ask yourself, does this action, do these daily actions take me closer to my goal? And then, of course, I want you to act on those daily actions. So just to give you an example, if my goal is to have a healthier lifestyle, so to get outside, to start moving, to start eating well, that can sound quite vague. So what do I need to do? So you can break it down section by section. So maybe the large section is, okay, I need to exercise, I need to get outside, I need to, for me, eat less chocolate, I need to eat some greens. Again, that can feel quite vague, and also, how are you going to make sure that you're actually going to do it, because you can't really measure it. So keep breaking it down until you get to something like, my daily action would be, I need to get outside for at least 30 minutes every single day, even if it's just to stand outside my house. I need to only eat chocolate twice a week, 3 times a week. I need to stretch at least 3 times a day because it makes my body feel good. And I need to, maybe I like skipping because I don't like running. So I need to skip maybe kind of 15 minutes 3 times a week. And being realistic as well with what you want to do. If I'm going to, like I said, I don't like running. If I'm going to write down, I'm going to go for a run 3 times a week, I know I'm not going to do it because I absolutely hate it. So just making sure that what your daily actions are, you're going to actually enjoy doing them, and it's going to help you get to your goal. So I hope that makes sense. If anyone has any questions, then feel free to ask me on the chat. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to complete this, and then if we need more time, you can let me know. Okay? So I'll pop 5 minutes on the clock and I'll pop the music back on. So let's take it up another gear, okay? Just really, really clear. So you'll have an idea of what you want to do on a daily basis. Let's put this into our weekly planner or calendar. So I'm going to give you 5 minutes just to quickly draw this out on a piece of paper. So there's no excuses. You're leaving here with a weekly planner of what you're doing on a daily basis. So as I mentioned earlier, my 3-month goal is to develop a healthier lifestyle. And when I visualize it, it's to feel strong, energetic, confidence. So for me, that means less stress and anxiety. And all of those things reduce the stress and anxiety for me. Daily, 5 vegetables, 5 minutes stretch and meditate. 3 times a week, I need to exercise for at least 30 minutes a day. So I've noted down on a daily basis what I'm going to do. So I've got no excuses. I've got to do it. And once I get into the swing of doing that, I know it'll become much easier for me. So I'm going to give you 5 minutes just to complete that. And again, if you've got any questions, just ask me on the chat, and I'll pop the music back on. Okay, so the only impossible journey is the one you never begin. So this is just to make sure that we're actually completing those daily actions. So we have a 65% chance of completing a goal if you commit to someone. And if we have that person in mind and we put a date on it, we increase that success by up to 95%. So after this workshop, I'd like you to pair yourself with an accountability buddy. So that could be a friend, a family member, a partner, anyone. And I want them to hold you accountable for your actions. So just clarify with this person, your accountability buddy, what you will do, when you will do it, what support you need from your accountability buddy, and how you'll report back to your accountability buddy when you've taken the steps, so completed your action. How are you going to let them know? So maybe you WhatsApp them, maybe you email them, maybe you give them a quick call. Yeah, just really have a think. What do you need from them? Maybe you need a little nudge in the morning. Can't bother to go to the gym, let them know, and they can remind you of what you're trying to work towards. So if you prefer to use an app or technology, which I quite like using this, I really recommend this app. So it's called Habit Daily Tracker. So you just pop in your habits that you'd like to start creating. So things you'd like to achieve on a daily basis. And you put the date range in, and it's really easy. You just tick each day off and you can just visually see what you've achieved. So here you can see that I've done exercise on a Friday and a Sunday. I've meditated and stretched for 3 days in a row, and I've eaten my 5 veg 3 days in a row. And for me, just seeing that I'm doing it on a daily basis just makes me it makes me want to continue doing it. So yeah, have a look. The app's free as well, and I definitely recommend it. So we're just coming to the end of the session, and I just wanted to add a little kind of moving forward stroke homework for you to take away. So I really would love it if you completed your actions and that you can communicate what you've achieved with your accountability buddy in whatever way you need that. And I said before, it can just be a little WhatsApp message, a little nudge that you need, just making sure you're asking that person for the support that you require in order to reach that goal. So at the end of all of my sessions, I just ask that you check out. So as we did at the start of the session, we checked in, we wrote down what we're grateful for, and how we'd like to make today great. So right now, sorry, I can't speak. Right now, I'd like you to note down 3 great things that happened today and how you could have made today even better. So I'm just going to give you, what time are we on? I'll just give you kind of 3-4 minutes, and yeah, just to check out and have a little think about that. So hopefully you've all noted that down on a piece of paper. And that is all from me. So yeah, I just want to say thank you so much. Thanks for showing up. And hopefully you'll have a goal, you'll have a clear vision, you'll have some daily actions, and you've just had a little bit of time to check in with yourself about what you want from the next 3 months. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it.